Oh, so good evening, everybody. I was not, not, okay, planning to go live tonight. But since the folks want to have me in the rooms on this good clubhouse, I said, you know what, we're going to have a good little impromptu live. And whenever you catch it, you catch it. Okay, so welcome. And the question that I'm posing on this great evening is it an issue for a black owned business to classify and market themselves as a black owned business? Is this
No,
a problem? Does it cause division when a black owned business says that they are black owned? Should we do a compare and contrast to say, well, what if a white owned business said it was white owned? I just so happened to have been in a good room in a good clubhouse where the woman posed a question. And the question that she posed said, what if white people said white owned? Okay, that was the question. The question was, what if white people said white owned? Now, let me give y'all a precursor. I was not in the group from the beginning, and I'm happy I wasn't in the group from the beginning. Okay. Because what I did hear was a bunch of foolishness and a bunch of nonsense that I didn't need to hear from the beginning. Okay. For me, being an educated black woman, to understand why a business might say that they are black owned. Anybody that truly understands the history of this country would understand why a business would classify itself as black owned today in 2021. Nikata, what you think? Because I'm about to go all the way in, and I probably ain't gonna have to
girl,
say.
I am so pissed from that conversation. And for me, listen, I'm not saying I have to be careful because I have a black owned business, not to step on toes, but I guess that this is a conversation that needs to be had, especially in the African American community, because it would be one thing if a white person was hosting and moderating this room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a black woman,
Who,
a
mama?
delusional black woman
Mm-hmm.
who somehow, legally or illegally, got out of the mud on her own, and now she wants to, I guess, hang with the big boys, the good old boys, and she finally feels a part of something. So now she feels the need to look down on other people, black people, at that. That is annoying to me.
And let
It's
me
a
let y'all
slap
know
in
one
the
thing.
face.
This room had Tyrese was in the room on the
He gave her the
stage,
business.
gave her the business.
He gave her the business.
Then y'all know any prima donna is on there giving the business. There are others that are on there agreeing. Isaac Hayes, the third, second, whichever one, giving the business. Basically, straight said this is utterly ridiculous, and I can't. Well, why you came up on the stage for it? He said so I could tell you this is ridiculous. Go ahead, girl. Okay, I had to throw that in there. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Girl, this is like this. It's crazy, but I'm glad that. Let me tell you, people are. I think a lot of people thought that 2020 was the year of exposure. Maybe no, it's not done. It's not even over because you got a black. I'm pissed. I don't know what to say other than I'm pissed right now. I'm pissed at her.
And let me say this because one thing about me, anybody knows, I am not an emotional person by far, right?
Me neither.
I will be emotional when the time comes, but I am not an overly emotional person. However, if you are going to make and state a claim, which is to state that having a sign in your business that says that it is black owned is wrong because it causes division. And then, but you pose the question to say, what if white people had white owned? Let's take a step back in history when the good water fountains, okay, said white people only, okay? When the restaurant said white only. Black folks had to go around back and be served from around back if we wanted to be served. We couldn't even be served at the counter, okay? And a lot of us love to state that, well, that was the past. We need to move forward because that's what this woman, that was what her claim was. It was the past. We need to move forward. Mind you, this woman lives in Georgia, where some things that truly that we would think are in the past are not so far in the past in the state of Georgia. Okay, did we not see that with Stacey Abrams with the election? Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Was that not just maybe what 2 years ago? 2 years ago? With Stacey Abrams, it wasn't 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was about 3 years ago. 2-3 years.
I know it was some time. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where that election was stolen from her. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. But we need to move on. And let me say this. One of the things that I do not like to hear when it comes from Black people is us telling us that we need to move on from a history that is yet still present today. There is a very big difference if there did not need to be laws or amendments. Hello, because it was amendments. I think people don't fully understand what took place here in this country. You had a constitution that was written that said we were less than a human being, right? Right. We weren't even considered a whole human being, right? Yep. So then what did they have to do? They had to write in amendments to amend what they already wrote. Not that what they wrote was changed, because it wasn't changed. It was never changed. But we had to add in an amendment to say now we are allowing you to be considered human. Yep. Considered human. Yep. Okay. So now, then let's fast forward, because we could not necessarily be owners of anything. Tell the truth. So when you see a Black person proud of their Black-owned business, proud to be a Black owner, proud to be a businessman, not a businessman, but a space business space man, to be proud of that. And then you have the audacity to state something is wrong with that level of pride. We're not saying Black only business. We said Black owned. But there is a difference. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, now that's a good point, because that guy, Hustler, he kept trying to say that. Oh, I wish you would have said that. That's a great point. That's a great point. You didn't.
She got my whole pressure up. My pressure is up. I got to come down off my girl. She got my pressure up. Whew. Some of y'all, I'm gonna need some of y'all to get iPhones so y'all can be in Clubhouse, so y'all can see some of the foolishness that is being touted and spouted on that good thing. Everybody don't need a platform to say nothing. You hear me? Everybody does not need a platform to open up their mouth. Some of y'all need to sit down and shut up. Shut up. You don't need a platform. What you need is some education and some understanding, okay? That's what you need, okay? Because there was a big difference between saying Black-only business and Black-owned business. And there is a pride that goes along with saying Black-owned business, because there was a time when Black people couldn't even get loans to own a business. Hello.
And you know what angers me is when people try to brush over it and they say things like, oh, I'm not racist because I have Black friends. I'm not racist because I have Black friends. She kind of did that in the reverse, because she said, I'm not, how can you say that I'm against, baby, your title said it. The title of your room said it. Then she went, I did all of this for Black boys, and I was an activist for this person, and I was an activist for that person.
And can't none of y'all say y'all ain't seen me in Atlanta. Let me tell you something, boo, because before you said all your, let me not say little, sweet Jesus, Lord, help me. Let me not say little. Before you gave all of your accolades and your accreditations and all that stuff, prior to that, what you said was, because I was harmed by Black men.
Yeah. And that's why Isaac told her, you need to go to therapy. She needs therapy, seriously. Because I think it's more than PTSD. I think she's detached from her own. She lives in an alternate reality. Whatever that is called?
Cognitive distortion.
Oh, that's what is it called?
Cognitive distortion. When you
That's
live in an
exactly what she had.
alternate reality.
She lives in an alternate reality.
Let me tell
Clearly,
you, and have let me know. I'm not going there. I'm okay.
go ahead, go
I'm
there,
okay.
go
I'm
there. I
okay.
mean, we're here now.
Mm.
We're here.
Girl, you know I'm in Atlanta right now, girl. Okay, I just had to
Oh,
throw that
are
out there.
you?
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to tell from the background.
I'm right that she ain't home. But let me tell you
Yeah.
guys, I was trying. Let me tell you, that's why I did not go live yesterday. I did not do my podcast yesterday. I figured there was so much uproar in America. There was no need for me to open up my mouth and say nothing yesterday because anything that would have came out of my mouth, I probably would have spit pure fire. Okay, because I had a lot of people do not understand. I am a history buff. History is my thing. I've always loved history. And one of the things that I've always loved is the United States history. So one of the things that I have a very keen interest in is US history. And I'm actually very well informed about US history. I also am very informed about Black history. Want to know why? Because I had two parents, Martin and Lori, that said my child will not be ignorant to who she is. Hello. So
Exactly.
therefore, when it comes down to certain things, and we always have a problem where we want to say Black people just need to move forward. We have moved forward. We have moved forward in pride. We have moved forward in stride. We have moved forward in victory. And just because we want to say we are Black owned does not mean that we are living in the past. What we are living in is the future because we are now able, okay, to be Black owners, okay?
Hello.
In a country that tried to deny us the even right to be a human being, in a country that even yet and still to this day, if we would have stormed the Capitol like what was done yesterday, we would have been murdered. Okay,
Oh, please, let me
we
tell
would
you.
not have been called patriots. We would have been called terrorists. We would the same way how they classified the Black Panther Party. Did they not classify the Black Panther Party, the party for the people, as domestic terrorists? That's what
Yep.
they did. Therefore, that's what we would have been called. So the fact that you have the all damn audacity to sit up on a platform and say, what if white people said white owned? They did already.
Let me tell you, I don't know.
When we go into Neiman Marcus, if we look a certain way, are we not followed? Tell the truth.
True. It's
And
absolutely
I could have $1 million plus in the bank, and because I don't look like I belong, Bergdorf Goodman, how many times did they get stories about them?
And I work for the bank, and I know who was getting those loans this summer. PPP. It wasn't us. It wasn't a whole lot of us.
What happened? Okay. Oh, okay. This is the problem when I be feeling like I'm saying, oh, I thought an uninformed person said something, because I'm about to start tagging that when your little uninformed self started giving uninformed opinions about things because you don't know what you're talking about. Half y'all don't even understand history. You don't even understand the times. You can't even perceive the times that we are actually living in when you want to sit up here and think that level of a conversation is okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. And it's not okay to come from a Black woman who just admitted that her mother is a Black owned business. You have got to be kidding me.
You said your mom was a pioneer, and you making a post like that. She need to beat your.
No. You created a whole room. Forget a post. You created a whole room, stood on a good stage, so-called, that's the clubhouse stage. You stood on a stage.
Air quotes.
Virtual stage, stood on the stage,
Right.
then had the audacity, okay, Tina, thank you, because it don't make no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Okay, then stood on the stage and then said, okay, then talked about the little young Black boys that sell water at the corner, right? Everybody know this. It happens in every good city, right? You have the good young Black boys that stand outside and they selling water. I'm fearful for my life. Some of them have guns. Ma'am,
You know the first thing I thought about?
Ma'am.
Tamir Rice. I thought about Tamir Rice, and I wanted to cry. See,
But what are you perpetuating right there with that so-called fear? See, this is why I say words are powerful, and half the time we need to watch the words in which we speak. Okay,
Mhm.
because now you're perpetuating a fear that really might not be actual reality. I have seen a whole lot of water boys stand on these corners. You understand what I'm saying? If if, okay, and this if is a big if, okay. This is like the supersized if of what I'm saying. You see that
Mhm.
muscle? Come on, muscle, come through. Anyway, if, okay, if I saw a young black boy sitting on a corner, and if he had a gun in his pocket, whatever, in his on his waist or whatever, it might be because he might have been stuck up before for standing outside selling them waters for that dollar that he's selling them for, and somebody might have drove by and tried to stick him up. Not that he was going to stick your dumb ass up, okay? Excuse
Fear.
me, she done
Right.
pissed me off. Sorry.
Right. Right.
Sorry.
I
She made
understand.
me mad. She made me mad because don't do that. Do not attempt to demonize these young boys standing outside selling waters.
With a large platform, but I hope they troll her like they do, like Beyonce fans troll people. I hope somebody put a whole bunch of shit emojis up there. Excuse my language. I hope somebody put a whole bunch of boo boo emojis all on her page. I wanted to troll her today.
And I don't never want to troll people because I don't even know how you do that. But I understand because I
Put
was
the bees
very.
up. You put the bees up like Beyonce fans.
Let me say, you
I
know
wanted
what?
to troll her. I literally started to
Let me
inbox
see.
her and I deleted it.
Tina, there was a lot of people in that room. I don't know how many people. I don't even know how you could count the many
Is
people
it
that were in the
over
room.
now? Let me
Look,
see.
check and see if it's over because there was a lot of people in that room.
Listen.
That's not what he's saying, Sabrina. Everyone's circumstances aren't the same. He's telling
Can you hear?
that in a lot of cases there are no alternatives. So if you're saying that there should be alternatives, then those alternatives they should be created. That's not what he's saying at all. He's basically just stating what the issue is and stating that one of the reasons why we've elected the officials that we have is so that we can create those things that can help aid and help get them past that particular point. But he's not saying that it's water or crime. That's not what
All right, let me say something. This is Hustler. Isaac, I want to say that I appreciate your tone.
You got to cut it off because technically you're not allowed to do that with the good club.
Let me leave that in.
I don't know how many people are in that room. Let me say what you say. If you reduce the room, it'll show the number. Girl, you know, TV, come on and school us on.
Oh yeah, it
Clubhouse.
does. It's, let me see. I can tell you that.
Oh, she going to tell you.
2,866 people in there.
How many?
2,866 people.
2,866 people are tuned into that room. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to certain folks that have a platform that they more than likely are not equipped to handle.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we don't want to get kicked out of Clubhouse, but you know they've been done kicked us out. Talking about, well, you done played a live recording and people didn't know that they was being listened to.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. And if somebody tell, we gonna know it's you.
Oh my God.
That's all right.
God. Yeah.
We did.
Mm.
However, my point is, okay, some of us need to become a little bit more educated before we truly start spewing stupidity. Because I'm not even going to call it ignorance. I can't call it ignorance because at the end of the day, you should know better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's total ignorance. And that's what it is. I just think that I don't know why, but some people do that. And I've seen it in so many cases where people they've gone to prison or they maybe grew up in poverty or grew up a certain type of way. They reach a level of success and then they turn around and act as if people are inferior to them. And they start looking down on people who use terms like black owned business, or, it's almost like they forget where they've come from. And it's not like you want people to live in their past, but at the same time, you still want to be respectful to people, right? You want to be respectful to people, and you want to acknowledge our history. Because right now I feel like she's not acknowledging what my granddaddy fought for.
And what my grandmother fought for.
Right. My granddaddy was a civil rights leader. He worked
Mhm.
with George Wallace when George Wallace, remember when he got shot, once he got shot, once he apologized and all that. My grandfather was one of the first African American county commissioners for our town. He had a
Mm.
third grade education. But this man got in his car, drove people to the polls. He did all of that. He fought hard. So for her to say things like, why would you be offended? Hell yeah, I'll be offended.
Because why wouldn't I be?
Like, yes, I would be very offended. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right? Here's the thing. If I walk into a white owned business and it said white owned, I know that, right? So you can be, let me say, because I'm not trying to say that one can't be proud of their ownership. I don't care who you are. That thing could say Chinese owned, Puerto Rican owned, Indian owned, whatever, right?
Right. Right.
When you go into a Chinese owned establishment, do it not say Chinese restaurant?
It says that. I mean, I get that part.
When you go into a Jamaican restaurant, does it not say Jamaican restaurant?
It says that.
When you go into an Indian restaurant, does it not say there's all types of language that is displayed. Why is it a problem if I walk into a black owned establishment, if that establishment has a sign that says black owned? Why is that a problem? It does not say black only. It does not say Indian only. It does not say Chinese only. It does not say Jamaican only. It is establishing the ownership of the business is by a specific person's group, right? Race,
Right.
whatever. If it said woman-owned establishment, would we be upset if it said woman-owned compared to man-owned?
No, absolutely. I think they'll be upset about that too.
That's
But
what's
not as
wrong with
upset
folks.
as black. Mm-hmm.
But let me say, but that's what's wrong with folks. Let me tell you something. We get upset about things that we really and truly just should not even necessarily be upset about. People are running around here upset about a whole lot of other stuff, right? We run around here upset about things that if it does not affect you, why does it upset you so much, right? If it does not apply to you, why does this upset you so much? Why does this affect your emotion and your feeling? Let me say this. I don't care what goes on outside of Nakia Monet.
And that's on period.
It is on period. You want to know why Nakia doesn't care about what goes on outside of Nakia Monet? Because it doesn't affect me. I had to tell myself that something. I had to tell myself that today. I said, Nakia, do not allow something to affect you, and it doesn't have anything to do with Nakia Monet, right? If folk choose to live in confusion, let them live in confusion. If folk choose to live in destruction, let them live in destruction. If folk choose, right, to live in dismay, let them live in dismay, because it is their choice. Everybody got a choice on how they want to live and where they want to live it at. Hello.
Right.
So if
And I want to go back
choose,
and
go
kind
ahead.
of like that distinction, because when I said yes, hell yeah, I would be angry if I went into a business that said an all white business. To be honest with you, in a sense, I would still be pissed, even though I know that I should be pissed if it says white only, because I felt like if in this time, the time that we're in, considering what happened yesterday, right? I feel like if somebody put something like white owned business up in the
because it
time,
would be the intent.
they're literally being stupid.
Because it
They're
would be the
literally,
intent.
it is intended to prove a point. And for that reason, I would be offended.
But my point was not for that, right? My point was
Right.
in a more general. I just saw a post where this woman, the woman that got murdered yesterday, right, on the Good Capitol for protesting. No, she wasn't a protester.
Right. The vet, the
For
patriot.
being a good terrorist, a domestic terrorist, right? Someone put in her lives matter, white lives matter. Ma'am, don't do that, ma'am. Ma'am, don't do that. Don't do that. And she was unarmed. And why isn't there an outcry for her, ma'am? Ma'am, now we're comparing apples to oranges, ma'am. Because when we say Black Lives Matter for the Black lives that are murdered by police officers, and these Black lives were unarmed, they were not being a domestic terrorist. Tamir Rice was a little boy playing outside. The video clearly showed they rolled up within 5 seconds. That little boy was murdered.
Yep.
Don't get me started on
And
Tamir
I
Rice.
saw this.
Jacob Blake, what was he doing? Jacob Blake, what was he doing?
Wasn't he trying to break up a fight or something? Is that the same person? The
No,
one?
he was the one that was shot in his back.
Oh, okay. I thought this is the one that got shot in front of his kids. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No charges. You can't compare a
saw-
domestic terrorist to Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You're not even allowed to do that. And that's what I feel about that group. Don't you dare compare our pride, our acceptance, our happiness, our contentment, our joy with being Black owned and compare it to something saying white owned.
Because I feel she would say, if she would say that about businesses, like regular, like small businesses, I feel like she would say that about HBCUs. Like, what's her opinion on HBCUs?
Right. Historically Black colleges and
Those
universities.
people wanted education and couldn't get it.
And so what they did, and what did they do? Created.
They had to create their own schools.
So what did Black own? So let's be real. Let's talk about it. Cause see, this is weird. This is why, like I said, I like history. Okay. Rosewood, Florida. Rosewood. Yeah, they was in Florida. Was it in Florida? I don't care. Rosewood. They was in Florida, right? Okay, let's do it. Okay. A Black town that was well off. Why? Because they created their own businesses.
Oh, you're talking about Black Wall Street?
I'm talking about Rosewood.
Oh, Rosewood. Okay, yeah.
Now, Black Wall Street, we can go there too, because they burnt that down. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. See, this is the problem with people that don't fully understand history and know why we can be proud to say Black owned.
Yep. Another thing, I'm trying to find it. I saw an article today. It was something about a Black woman who got killed near Capitol Hill, in front of her child. I think they shot the car like 29 times. I think it was like in 2013. Her name was, what was her name? Miriam Carey, I believe. Yeah, Miriam Carey. She was shot and killed after making a U-turn at a checkpoint at the Capitol grounds with her child in the car.
With a child.
So now I'm not happy that they had to use the type of force that they used for this person, the Patriot, but it is what it is.
And I can't wait to see what type of service she gonna have. Because the folks was acting as domestic terrorists. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
And I know the guy who got killed, because it's a white guy too. The guy that got killed, I think he, I'm not sure if he made death threats, but it was something towards Nancy Pelosi as well. So I'm just like, what do you expect? I don't know. It's a lot. I guess I think also the moderator for that page, for that Clubhouse room, I think her time, she doesn't understand. I'm just trying to figure out where the disconnect is and why she doesn't understand that there would never be a right time for her to do a room like that. But today is definitely not the right time.
Yeah, today was not the day for you to start a room up to talk about that.
Because what's his name? Tyrese and Isaac Hayes, they tore her a new one.
And she needed that new one. We couldn't raise our hands to get up on get that good platform, that stage.
Girl, I was hitting hand left and right.
Girl. I was like, ma'am, what in the world? What is it? I said, oh no, this is pure foolishness at its worst, especially a day after like what happened yesterday. And here you come with this foolishness for today. And I was trying Okay. I was taking a good break from going live. I was like, you know what? No, I can't do it. My nerves is bad. I'm not right. I can't, no, I can't handle it. But today I said, oh, I'm going to go live today because I'm tired. I'm tired of us coming against each other. Okay. We are one of the only races that do this, and we do this often. We come against each other. We don't know how to uphold each other on a large scale. We don't know how to support and back each other. We scream in Black Lives Matter, and you got these, what about black on black crime? Stupid. Do you know how to read data?
Yep.
Like, and the truth of the matter, and let me say, because I'm a data person, like I am an actual data analyst, because I understand how to search out data. When you truly look at data, you will begin to understand that even if we did analyze black on black crime, analyze it across all races, white on white, there's a higher percentage of white on white crime than there is black on black crime. Dummies. Research. It might do you some justice. It might help you to elevate your mind. But because we're so closed minded, because we don't even understand the basic elements of data, there's a such thing as data science, there's a such thing as data analyst. But all we want to do is just spew a whole bunch of nonsense because we don't fully understand data. If I live amongst my people, where else would the crime be? Right?
No common sense. No.
Oh, okay. Because I could have sworn. Y'all shouldn't have. Listen, my parents lived up in Sussex County, New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's probably like 5 of us per 15 miles or something like that. I don't know how many of us is up there, but there was that many of us up there.
Mm-hmm.
Not many white folks was charged with crime. There was this white dude in Sparta that was breaking into his neighbors' houses. Y'all think that doesn't have? So the white areas don't have crime like our areas? Oh, they do.
They don't think so.
Oh, but they do.
They don't think so.
It's just that in our areas it's televised more.
It is.
That's the problem.
Oh, Nakata, please be quiet because I was about to say something that I know is just no, Nakata. I'm not gonna do it.
The muzzle is off over here. We don't hold nothing big. I'm just saying. The muzzle is off when the muzzle is off. That's why I be trying to tell people, don't try and muzzle me on my platform. The muzzle is off over here. Period. That wasn't for you though. I was just putting that out there so people understand why the muzzle came off and why I won't be back on. Okay. Because when the muzzle comes off, that means that I will say what I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, whether you agree with it or not. I don't care. Exactly. That's Nakia, who is what? The host of this. Whom does what? I pay for all of this. So therefore, when the muzzle comes off, it is just off.
It's
and off. I don't speak rhetoric. I don't speak conspiracy theories. I speak straight truth to power, period.
Yep.
Okay. I don't even necessarily do opinions. That's real. And if it is my opinion, I'm going to lead it off with, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I like my shirt, Queen. I bought this at a pop-up shop. I really love this shirt. I think this shirt is so cute.
That is pretty.
Isn't it cute? I like how she did that, Queen. Yeah. I'm looking at it in the camera like, oh, I like how that look. This is cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, so y'all, let me tell y'all something. We really came on here. I was because we was going back and forth on a Facebook post. We was in them comments. I said, girl, let's go live because I'm tired and I'm ready and let's do it. And I needed to because I'm tired. I really am. I really want us to truly begin to educate ourselves and understand why we are proud to say Black owned and why we should forever be proud to say Black owned, and that there is no negative connotation, denotation that you will ever place on Black owned, because we're going to stand tall and stand loud with our fist up in the air saying I'm Black and I'm proud, whether you agree or not, whether you are with us or you are against us. We're going to forever raise this fist up in the air and be proud to be exactly who we are, because at the end of the day, we had to fight for the right to even be on this podcast, to be able to speak the things that I'm speaking. There were people that died for this right. There are people that died for us to be able to be business owners. There are people that died for us to be able to work in corporate America. There are people that died for us to be able to even be able to vote.
Come
in this
on.
country, okay? There are people that have literally shed their blood for everything that we do so freely today. So how dare you tell us we need to move forward? No, we need to always remember the sacrifice that came before us, because we are a people that had to sacrifice. We didn't come over here on no Nina Pinta or no Santa Maria. We came
Come on
over
now.
here tied together on slave ships. By
That's
force
right.
is what made us get here. And guess what? And by force, we had to fight for our freedom. We had to fight for our right to be a human being, period. So don't you dare, as a black woman, black man, white woman, Puerto Rican, Jew, whoever you are, don't you dare tell us we can't be proud to be an owner, because that's what that means. When we put black on, that means that we are proud to be black owned. That means that we are proud to hold this fist up in the air and be a proud representative of who we are. Okay?
Right.
Because my great grandmother fought for civil rights. You hear me?
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
proud.
Absolutely.
We proud over here. So if you
Exactly.
want to sit up here and run around here in shame and run around here in guilt, and run around here and trying to conform and make people happy, I'm not making nobody happy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not.
Exactly.
If you can't be proud, I believe it was an Indian woman on there who said, when I see black owned, that makes me that makes me proud. I don't
Yeah.
know. She said, I don't know about anybody else, but that makes me proud. It makes me proud to be able to see that a black person is the owner of this business. So
That's right.
she said, that's what I get when I see black owned. And guess what? We got a whole group for New Jersey, black owned New Jersey. You hear me? And we represent up
Come
in
on
that
now.
group. And I feel that every single state should start forming a group to say black owned. Why? Because we need to know who we are. You
Yes.
understand what
Yes.
I'm saying? We
Yes.
support each other. We uplift each other. We support each other's businesses. We support each other's dreams. We support each other's hopes. Now, sometimes they don't be allowing the little our real true feedback in the group. I'm just being honest. They don't be allowing us to tell the truth, because
They don't.
some of y'all businesses, y'all need to work on y'all customer service skills. But I say the same. Listen here. I write reviews on everybody. I don't care who you are. Target, Neiman. Listen. I blasted United Airlines. I don't care who you are. If I need to blast you, I'm gonna blast you. And I'm telling everybody that I don't discriminate. I don't care if you black owned. I'm not giving you a shot. You got one time to screw my order up, and I'm not coming back. And that Google review is gonna tell you the truth. I don't care. That's
Yeah.
just it, kiddo. Some other people, they care and they give y'all 15 chances. You don't get that many chances with me, because I believe in quality. Hello. Oh,
Yeah.
anyway. But
See,
what I
I'll give
say
a
is
little
be
bit.
proud.
I'll get a little bit more grace, though. I would, because I understand the pressure of black-owned business, and I know most black-owned businesses, and it's not an excuse to mess up or not give good service or whatever. But I do understand that things happen, so I would have a little more grace.
Let me say
Um,
this. Things happen, but if you don't do something to remedy it or rectify it, I have a problem.
absolutely, absolutely,
Therefore,
I agree.
like there's one, I'm not gonna name their name, but there's one business I will never order from again. I ordered, no, I'm being honest. I had ordered a skirt, right? I had ordered a skirt and the package was stolen. I literally reordered it. I reordered because I really wanted this skirt. I reordered it. So now I'm out. Let's say, okay, the skirt was like $100 and some dollars. I reordered it. And that skirt, I made sure it got to me, right?
Hmm.
So I tell you that this skirt was stolen. Well, did you read our policy? Because we don't guarantee delivery and blah, 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 and la, la, la.
Oh, she didn't take ownership. See, I can't get with no, that was wrong.
Ma'am, I just paid a whole additional $100 and something dollars for this skirt. And
But
you got,
I'll say this, you can always, I feel like it's two types of black owned businesses. You can tell the ones who are in it just for the money, and then the ones that are in it for the passion. Those are the ones who come across as with better customer service experience, better customer service. Your experience is better with them, period. So, but when you got somebody just trying to make some money because they want to keep up with a lifestyle, the one that's like that moderator in that group, because her issue is that she has internalized racism.
She really does, because she's very angry with black men. I'm convinced of it. She is very angry with black men because of the things that have happened to her in her life. And I feel bad concerning the things that happened to her in her life, because no one deserves that. You know what I'm saying? The truth is, I was raped by a black man. So I completely
Right.
understand being traumatized by a black man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've had a lot of issues that have come from black men. You know, I've had black men, they lie. You know what I'm saying? I've had them lie to me. I've had them cheat on me. I've had them do a whole bunch of different things, but that does not mean that I am going to, you know, have an entire stigmatism against the black race. Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because I'm yet and still proud, because I know that there are great people in that there are great men.
Mm-hmm.
They're great black men. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every young black boy isn't a murderer. Every young black boy isn't a criminal. So I have full knowledge and understanding of that, regardless of what might have happened to me, right? So I just feel that sometimes before we get on platforms and we begin to spew certain things, we need to make sure that we are fully healed first. And I could tell that she definitely was not healed, because as the conversation went on, she got extremely emotional, extremely irrational, and
And her throat.
extremely illogical. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And if you're going to be on a platform like that, people have to begin to understand. Even when people come on this podcast, I don't always agree with them. I don't agree with everything that people say. I really don't. But I cannot respond from an emotional place. I still have to maintain my composure and respond based on logic, understanding, and
Mm-hmm.
truth. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong with people. We don't know how to respond outside of our emotion.
Yeah, now she's trying to do damage control. And I'm about to finish listening to it.
You listen, you and me both with all of this damage control. So we just wanted to, I needed to come on here real quick and let this out, because I feel that we should be proud to be black owned, because it is an accomplishment, and we definitely really and truly should be proud. And I want us to be proud. I want us to flaunt the fact that we are who we are. You know what I'm saying? And I want us to live up to the standard
Mm-hmm.
of quality and customer service and
Mm-hmm.
care,
Mm-hmm.
because we are black owned, and because we are wonderful, and because we are great. So with that,
Excellent. Black excellence.
all day, every day, that's what we do. You know, and if you're a black business owner and you're a woman, you are a queen. Boom. Queen status. Okay. Didn't even know I was coming up on here, and I had my queen shirt on. So,
Black
you know,
queen. That there you got on a black queen.
black queen. Y'all see that? Yeah.
Black queen. Hello.
Okay. So we need to always represent, we need to always support.
Girl, where can we get that shirt?
You know what? I'm gonna reach out to the lady, because I bought it from this lady. I bought it was at a pop-up shop over there at the Good Gallery 603 in Union, New Jersey. It was a pop-up shop, and I thought, I was like, I need this shirt. I'm gonna find out. I definitely am. I'm definitely gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. And I'm gonna reach out to the lady that was running that pop-up shop, and I'm gonna ask her who the lady was that was selling these good shirts and stuff like that. Cause she ain't put no card in the bag either. You know, listen here, black owned people. When y'all at these pop up shops, I'm gonna need y'all to put cards in the bag so people know like who they bought it from and stuff like that. I don't have a good memory, so if you verbally tell me something, listen here. I tell y'all all the time that nigga put my head through that car window, so my memory is shot. Okay.
And listen, black people, y'all can get 500 business cards from Vistaprint.com for $9.99, honey.
You definitely can. And you could just, or and you could pay a good graphic artist to design it for you and print it through Vistaprint. And I got a good graphic artist.
Yeah.
Y'all could contact me for his information. Dre be looking me out. I love Dre. Dre's always on point
Yeah.
with the graphics and all the other extra stuff. He really and truly helps me out with all my graphics and stuff like that. So, and
Yep.
if you're and see, you know what? Y'all better appreciate me and my good free promo, okay, Dre. And also, anybody that's in Jersey, or even if you come into Jersey and you really do need like a good event space, y'all should hit up look up Gallery 603, which is in Union, New Jersey. It really is, especially if you want to do like small, intimate gatherings and stuff like that. It's a really dope spot to do stuff like that at. Which is why he's always renting out for people to do pop-up shops, birthday dinners, all this other extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope. I think we do need to support all of our Black-owned businesses, all of them.
For sure.
Okay. And I think on this podcast, I'm going to really begin this year to highlight and spotlight a lot of Black-owned businesses, because I think that it is imperative that we support our own. And I want to start doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just because I just think that it is important to highlight. Okay. A lot of companies, they have a whole lot of money, and they put forth a whole lot of effort into, commercial time, and, buying and putting their business out there and stuff like that. And sometimes we don't necessarily have it like that. Word of mouth works wonders. And that's one of the things. So Nakata, for your business, I want you to promote it right now for your smoothies, because I think that is imperative. And she's in Atlanta, Georgia, and she will be focusing one day soon on being able to ship these good smoothies out across the country.
We're already doing that. We're already doing that. The SmoothieLady.com. Go on my website, guys. I actually own an e-commerce business with smoothies, and also I have my first location in March. And then there's another biggie that I can't announce, but let's just say we're going to be on wheels, baby, touring your city, a city near you. Woo, 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 woo.
Okay, let's do this.
All of the Black events. I'm going to colleges. I'm all over the world. Seriously, though, guys, I have a Black-owned smoothie business, and literally it is the first smoothie business for the town that I'm going to be launching it in.
What's your website?
TheSmoothieLady.com.
So
www.thesmoothielady.com.
LADY.
Yep, The Smoothie Lady. It's as simple as it sounds. And you know what? Because when people see me, I want them to say, that's Smoothie Lady. Where's the Smoothie Lady? Is the Smoothie Lady in town today? That's a little country thing that we do. But seriously, I want my products to speak for itself. So thank you.
And we appreciate you. Okay. I put the website in there. Check it. Make sure that's right. www.thesmoothielady.com. And we got to support. We have to support each other. Everybody know we are very health conscious now. We should be. If you're not, you should be conscientious of what goes in your body and what is coming out. Because, sometimes what comes out ain't that great. That's because what went in wasn't that great. Hello. You know what? That's a whole nother topic. We're going to start talking about what goes goes in and then what comes out. Right.
Thank you, Tina. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So much. But let me finish listening to this.
Yes. We thank y'all for joining with us tonight. As I had to get that off my chest, we had to get that off of our chest. Okay. We appreciate you. Everybody have a good night. We about to go back in and finish listening to and see what more people have to say. Hopefully one of them little therapists on there will offer her some free counseling. We bless the Lord at all times, for his praise shall forever be in our mouth. Okay. Listen. Okay. Have a good night, y'all. We will see you back next week on the Good Muzzle Off podcast, where I am your host, and I will be talking about whatever I'm talking about next week. I don't know yet. I do know, but it's going to be a shock and a surprise for some people. So y'all just got to wait until y'all see that good flyer. Let me say, because people don't know about life, okay? People don't live life. People don't know about life. And, sometimes we got to start talking about some real life stuff. So, and that's what we're going to talk about. Bring it to the Muzzle Off podcast, where everything that goes on here is real. All right. So have a good night, y'all. We about to go back in this clubhouse.
All right. Good night. Love y'all.
Night.
Bye.